Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you got your wine, your water, or your rolling tray, or whatever you need to tune in with me. How's everyone feeling? I feel like it's been forever since my last video. I wasn't supposed to come back from my break that fast. I just really needed to talk about Squid Games, and I talked about that in that video. That's why I didn't even leave my bed because I wasn't supposed to be off my bed rest or whatever yet. Now I am officially healed. I am doing so much better, so I'm ready to get back into my groove, okay? Because I was like knocking videos out, okay? We were doing good with the content, and then just I needed to get surgery. But yeah, I will have a vlog on that, but I'll have that up soon for people that were wondering what was going on with me. So y'all know the vibes. Y'all show me so much love, so I have to show you love back. So it's time for my bestie shout out. This is for the besties who are active during my premieres inside the live chats when I premiere my videos. Thank you to everyone who sends super chats. It's so cool. So the first shout out is for Rach. I hope I'm saying this right. Rachelly, she said, love you, Shelbster. I love you too, thank you. I really hope I said your name right. I'm so sorry. And big super bestie shout out to SpongeBob because SpongeBob is super active in all of my chats. So thank you, I really appreciate it. And for those who do comment and like to donate but can't you know, use the super chats, my Cash App will be on the screen. Don't feel pressured to. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Whatever, we're not focused on that. But I appreciate every donation that I do get. You guys are helping me and helping the channel, and it's so great to be like growing together. And also shout out to Coldest Water. You guys will be seeing them in my videos, just, you know, chilling. Right now I do have it filled with water, and I actually have some chlorophyll drops in it because I've been trying to treat my body like the plant that it is, you know? Yeah, the codes for that will be in the description as well if you want it. So I won't hold you guys up any longer. Now we can get into this video. Okay, let's really talk about it. By the title, you can tell we're talking about In Time. If you don't know what In Time is, it's that movie that came out with Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried. Is that her name? We all know who Amanda Seyfried is. It came out in like 2011, and I haven't seen this movie since it came out in 2011. So I was just minding my business, and you know how like YouTube added like the whole section where you could like watch movies on there? So yeah, I've been getting these random recommendations on there regularly, and I'm just like, YouTube, like I don't know, I feel like we're in cahoots now. It's like you almost want me to make these videos because every time I log on, it's like, hey, look what's recommended for you. We know what you do. I know, right? Yeah. So stop demonetizing my videos and stop acting like you guys don't want me to talk about this stuff when you really do. Like, if y'all didn't want me to talk about it, y'all wouldn't keep making this stuff, okay? Or keep putting this stuff in front of me. And I'm not talking to y'all besties. I'm talking to like YouTube, like headquarters, because whew. Anyway, so being that I only saw this movie like a few times back when it first came out, I wasn't really watching it with my third eye, you know? I was just kind of enjoying the movie for what it was. When I saw it, something was just like, rewatch me, rewatch me. Like, it was like just whispering at me. I'm like, okay, okay. Like the little keys from Lock House or whatever it is, Key House, Lock and Key. So I just put it on, and less than 5 minutes in, I was already pulling out my phone, writing in my notes like, this is gonna be a video because this all seems so familiar. So where do I start? So if you've seen the movie, then you know exactly what I'm gonna be talking about. If you haven't seen the movie, you can catch on or whatever, but the main focus of the movie was that time is literally money now. So like, this is like a near dystopian future or whatever, and they have these clocks on their forearms, and the amount of time that you have on there is pretty much how much money you have, and you pay for things with time. And your time is not only money, your time is your life. So if you're down to 25 minutes, you have that 25 minutes to spend, and that's the rest of your life. So if you run out of those minutes, you die. And that's really crazy. Like, you can't even just be like, y'all know that show Upload on Amazon Prime, I think it is? I watch so many different shows and movies all the time that I'm just like all over the place. So Upload, though, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's on Prime. And when they go to, but oh, they're already dead, aren't they? But still, okay. I guess that theory doesn't really work, but I mean, hear me out. Why can't they just, like, you know, like in Upload, when they're in the cloud or whatever, when they run out of the money, they're just like frozen until they get more? Why is it not like that? Like, they just the clock is done, you're done. But then it's also like people's clock needs to be done, because if not, then everybody would live we're gonna get into that. I'm always getting ahead of myself. So back to these clocks that are on the forearms. When a new baby is born, they're born with 1 year on their clock. But the clock doesn't start until you turn 25. So you get 25 years of life to live freely without the clock. You would have to have like a time little cartridge that they had where they would like charge the things. Like if you wanted to buy things, you would have to use that, because you can't use your actual time that's on you. And yeah, like that's how you make transactions through time. It seems like really, when I first saw the movie, like it seemed like far-fetched, like we're not gonna have, you know, little things in our arms and like time is money. But the more we get to this near future, time is money. Like really, like time literally is money. We're now entering the whole metaverse thing with Facebook. We had like The Matrix was a documentary. Like, oh my god. So because your clock starts when you turn 25, you're 25 for the rest of your life. So you and your parents will look the same age for the rest of your life. And once everybody hits 25, everybody was 25. No matter how many years you've been around. You could have been around for 2,000 years if you have enough money. If you are wealthy enough in time, you will still look 25 years old. Yeah. It's so funny like how literal everything became, like because time was the new currency. Like there was this part, this little girl like runs down on him and she's like, hey, you got a minute? And like usually like for us, like it's just like, you got a minute, like can you talk real quick, or like is something going, like she literally was like, you got a minute, like can you spare some time for me, give me some time. It's pouring outside right now, so if you guys can hear that, bear with me, okay? All of these things are interesting, right? But like what made me like want to talk about this movie was the parts that the movie wasn't really surrounded around, you know, like regular Shelby brain. In the very beginning of the movie, when he meets the guy from New Greenwich, and that's the according to income and like your wealth or whatever, like you live in certain time zones. Where Justin Timberlake in the movie, where he lived in the time zones was Dayton, and that was like a low income, like that was the hood. So pretty much everyone there lived on a day-to-day basis, like literally, like they had a day worth of time on their clocks at all time, and they would have to go to work and then slave, and then still the bus cost 2 hours. Like 2 hours of your time. So the mother literally only had an hour left on her thing, and she was like, can I please like just get on the bus? And he was like, no, it's 2 hours. And she was like, since when? It's always an hour 30. And then whatever, they had this whole back and forth. So she had to run to her destination instead of paying for the bus, and like she literally like just died there in the street because she ran out of time. It was her 50th birthday and she ran out of time. You know what, like, and then you have the people that live in New Greenwich who are so wealthy, like all they have is time. Like they have centuries worth of time. Like nobody knows what it's like to live day to day. Nobody knows what it's like to miss a meal. What I was saying earlier about why couldn't they just like freeze, and then when they get the money they can like charge up again. This is what I wanted to talk about. People have to die. Everybody, like even right now, like with this whole transhuman agenda, like everybody's trying to work towards this world where like nobody has to die, and like you can get uploaded to the cloud, and you can get charged up in this, and we can bury your body in underwater until this amount of time. And then death is the only thing in this life that is certain. Nothing else. Like literally, like life is not certain, happiness is not certain, sadness is not certain, none of it. Like nothing in this life is certain except for death. Like that is, you're born and then you die. Like that's literally, that whatever happens in between is up to like, you know, the universe and like all of that stuff. But literally that's how things work. So like all of these trying to hold on to like life forever and like have immortality, and like it's weird. And it's just like, there was a part in the movie where a man from New Greenwich came and he had centuries on his clock. There are these people called timekeepers. They come and they keep the time, whatever. They make sure that you're in the right time zone, if you have this amount of money, if you're, you know, all of these things. And then you have these other people who like are time stealers, thieves. They take time and they come and like they'll just kill you and then take the time. They were chasing him down, trying to get his time, and he went with Justin Timberlake, who didn't even ask for his time. He didn't ask him to help him anything. He gave him all of his time. Centuries of time. And this man was living day to day, every single day. Like literally just had 24 hours on his clock every day. Now he has centuries. He sat down and he told him that there's enough time, money, just like in our world right now, there's enough money to go around. Like there's enough, but in their time it was time, right? Just listen. There was enough time to go around. Like everybody could have time and everybody could live and everybody could be fine. But if that was to be true, nobody would truly be wealthy. There would be no hierarchy. There would be no, everybody would just be on the same level. What fun is that, right? For them. Nobody, they don't want that. And in order for a few people, a select group of people to have immortality, other people have to continue to die. Like, that's just what it is.
Immortal, many must die.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
You really don't know, do you? Everyone can't live forever. Where would we put them? Why do you think there are time zones? Why do you think taxes and prices go up the same day in the ghetto? Cost of living keeps rising to make sure people keep dying. How else could there be men with 1 million years while most live day to day? The truth is, there's more than enough. No one has to die before their time.
And people are so greedy, like so greedy. Like even, like I don't think people realize, like even now, like we're like, oh, like, but money is this, we need money to get, we do not need money to survive on Earth. They've created this world where we need money to survive. We should have been bartering this whole time. Like, I don't know why they got rid of that system. If I have something that you need and you have something that I need, we should be trading. We should be doing things. Everybody should have, like, I hate it here. Anyway, everybody's so busy trying to be the richest and trying to live forever that they're not realizing that they're fighting the inevitable. Like, this is, yes, there's technology and yes, there's ways to fight things and try to prolong it, but like, why would you want to? So when he let him know, if like there's enough money to go around, people don't have to die, they're just being greedy. But in their world, that's never gonna make sense. Like, if they're not at the top, then they're not at the top, and that's just not going to happen. It's literally about keeping the poor in their place and making sure the rich keep getting richer. One part, he was like, why do you think the taxes and the prices go up the same day in the hood? Every single time. So they raise the taxes, but then they're raising the prices as well. So when do you ever actually get to have any money? Like, when do you actually get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? Like, you don't. That's the point. You don't get out of it. It's a loop. Like with the bus, he was like, yesterday it was 1 hour 30, now today it's 2 hours. Like, the cost of living keeps going up to make sure that people keep dying. So they know if day to day she's only making 24 hours and then that's all spent by the end of the day, she's not gonna be able to pay for the bus and she's gonna die. That's how this is. That's how this system works. And it's really sick. And then they put it in the movie, like, to tell you that. Like, they let you know, like, yeah, this is exactly what we're doing. And there's nothing you can do about it. So after that man gave him the centuries, he, of course, was like, I'm out of here. And I'm gonna... Well, before he got up out of there, he went back to his friend that he grew up with, gave his friend a decade. And for the people that live day to day, to have a decade on your time clock is a lot. It's actually like really overwhelming, and he didn't know what to do with it and ended up going drinking himself to death. Like, he took a decade worth of time and spent it on alcohol and just getting like shit-faced. They say money does not solve your problems. It just makes you be able to afford them. After he gave his friend the decade though, he went and crossed the border because now he had too much time to stay in Dayton. The price for him to cross through these time zones was 1 year and 3 months. For someone with centuries on their clocks, a year is like, okay, whatever, 3 months, you know, haha, whatever. But for people who are living day to day, literally less than 24 hours on the clock, his mother only needed an extra hour on her clock to be able to save her life to get to him so she could have refilled her clock. And she couldn't even make it there in time. The cost to get there is 1 year and some months. They know that these people will never be able to cross, like, no matter how hard they work, know how hard it is for them to get out of there and cross over into this new time zone. Like, that's sick. And now he got centuries. He's just spending it like, it's nothing. Like, all right, I'm gonna go to the next time zone. Let's go see what they got to offer. And then when he gets there, he stops to like get some food or whatever, and like everybody's just kind of staring at him the whole time he's eating and everything, and he's just like looking around. Like, the waitress finally walks over. She's like, you're not from here, are you? And he's like, no, how can you tell? And she's like, you do everything a little too fast. It wasn't like he was moving abnormally fast. He was just moving at, you know, a pace where you don't have time to waste. Like, you know, it was just like, I'm eating, I'm drinking, whatever. But like, then you look around the room and you see the rich people, they're just like, everybody's so like slow and like bored and like weird. Like, they're just like in slow motion because they have so much time to waste. Like, they just, there's nothing but time. So like, what are we moving fast for? Like, what are we doing? While he's been running back and forth, like literally running, jogging to work and home to make sure that he has enough time. Like, that's So sad. Because he was from the ghetto, you know, like when you from the hood, you just acquire certain skills with people and how to maneuver in the world, just like how to get things and do things. So he gets to New Greenwich and he decides to go gamble because he knows that he's unbeatable. He ends up winning and he meets this rich guy and ends up meeting his daughter, and then, you know, they have like a little spark, whatever. She takes him to the backyard of their home. Her backyard was like a beach or like a lake or whatever it was. Like it was like a whole big body of water back there. It was just so beautiful. And he just immediately wants to go run in the water. And she's like, what are you doing? We don't swim in there. He's like, you have this in your backyard, you don't use it? And she's like, yeah, like that. Why? Like, why would you go swim? Like, why would you have fun? Like, it's just like, we could accidentally hurt them. They are so rich in time that they know that the only way they can die is if somebody killed them or if it was an accident. So they spend so much time walking on eggshells not to have something happen because the only thing standing in their way is time, literally. That's crazy. The poor people just die and the rich don't even live. So you have all this time and you're not even living. You're not even enjoying all of this time that you have. Same thing with like all these rich people with money. Like, a lot of people are like miserable, especially like celebrities. Well, and half of them aren't even rich. They're just famous. You see all of this going on right now. Everybody's suing their labels. Everybody is trying to get money back from their music because they're not paying them. So people keep trying to reach this level of like wealth that's like unattainable. Everybody wants to be Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, and like these people are not even people at this point. It's like, we should be enjoying our lives. That's what I got from that movie. Like, that was like I was getting like downloads the whole time I was watching it. Like, girl, you need to enjoy your life. You gotta unplug. I haven't enjoyed my life. I haven't. I've been living here. I've been existing. I have memories. I have good times, bad times, whatever, all that stuff. But like, I haven't like full throttle like lived life. That's all the movie kept showing me. Like, bro, I might not have all this money, but I have time. Like, I really have time. And again, a lot of us, all we have is time. And we walk on eggshells and we don't do certain things because we're scared. And but like, you can get hurt or you could do this and this could happen or this could. Okay, death is going to happen. It is inevitable. It is going to happen at some point. For them, it was not going to happen as long as they had money. But like, for us, it's going to happen. Unless, you know, y'all want to plug up and do the whole transhumanism thing. But yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Even the guy in the beginning, he was there because he wanted to end it all. He wanted someone to rob him of his time. He wanted it to be over. He didn't want all this time anymore. He's like, what do I do now? Like, I don't want to keep doing this. People think they want to live forever. People think they want to be the richest person alive. They sold us on these dreams. Like, this is what we're working towards being attainable for us. And that's not like, well, if it is for you, then this is not for you. This is not the video for you. I don't know how you made it this far. But y'all who get me, y'all get me. I really just needed to rant about this because it's like people just can't fathom someone having it all and wanting to get rid of it and wanting to end it. And I'm like, I don't, like, y'all see these celebrities complain, like that video of Cardi when she was just like, I don't know, I feel like the more money I got, the more problems I got. And everybody's like, how can you feel like that? Like, you just came from the hood. Like, if you want to take this, I wouldn't want to just give up my life for someone else's life because I don't know what's going on in their life, you know? So like, y'all be like, oh, I'll trade with you. And it's like, you don't know what her day-to-day is though. Like, yeah, you might want to trade bank accounts, but you don't know what comes with that life, and you don't know what their bank account actually looks like just because. And again, more money, more problems. So like, now you got more money, so now your expenses are bigger and people's expectations of you are bigger. And the same way the taxes and the prices go up, it's the same thing. Now you're in a different tax bracket. Now your prices are here. It's a hamster wheel. It's the Matrix. We should be in our own little communities bartering. I understand where the whole currency transactions did come in because there are people who can't do anything, who just don't have anything to offer, and they just would like to just pay for something. So that's where the whole coins came in, the whole IOUs, things like that. But I just feel like there are ways. There are ways where we don't have to be Wall-E. Our world right now is Idiocracy and Wall-E. Like, that's where we're headed.
All new helmet.
Where's Officer Collins?
Shut up!
Are we on base?
I'll base your on my fist. In your face.
Where am I?
Shut up! I told you already!
We are like fully headed there.
So let's hover over to the driving range and hit a few virtual balls into space.
No, we did that yesterday. I don't want to do that.
Well, then what do you want to do?
I don't know. Something.
make a place scream.
No, it doesn't sound.
Look, I'm tired of it.
If you can't pull the straw, the episode isn't any good.
Everything is going to be sponsored by Carl's Jr. Everybody's going to be in one of those chairs just like hovering around and just like eating all day, and like the chair is going to have a built-in toilet and nobody's going to have to get up, and everybody's just going to be fat and lazy and just, and somebody's going to call this fat phobic, but like it's not. I don't care. They want you to eat all these sweetie meals and this hottie sauce and all of these things, and they want you to be fat and lazy and on your ass, so that when they bring us this whole metaverse thing and the whole virtual reality that's going on, you're too fat and dumb to like choose anything other than the metaverse. Like, people are literally going to be so lazy that they're just sitting in their house and be like, oh, let me put on my goggles and make my perfect avatar here on my computer, and even though I'm sitting here looking like this, I'm gonna make my avatar look like this, and it's all gonna be good. That's what people do already with Sims, IMVU. Like, we're already living in that universe, but it's not so like hands-on. They're making it so it's hands-on. You are actually in the metaverse. They're for real. Like, you're plugged in. Ready Player One. It's crazy because like I want everybody that's in my comments under my little Michaela video, everybody that's in my comments under my Demi Lovato is a bot video, I want apologies. I want flowers, okay? I just, you know, like, what's not clicking? I've been talking about this forever. Everybody who told me that I was reaching with my whole transhumanism, they like, next it's gonna be in time, and they're gonna have, like, time is going to be our money. Oh my gosh, like, the way they're introducing these NFTs, like all of these different things, like soon, this isn't even my own theory right now, but this is a theory that I wholeheartedly agree with. Soon you will be able to invest in your favorite celebrity like they are stocks. Like, you will be able to just sit down and go on your phone and be like, you know what, I'm gonna put 5,000 on Rihanna today because I feel like Fenty is doing some, like, not on Fenty, on Rihanna herself. Like I know that like you can invest in brands and certain things celebrities are doing. Like, no, you're going to be able to straight up, Saweetie's on the, like, she's really hot right now, she's doing a lot of stuff, I'm gonna invest in her. But yeah, I really needed to get that off my chest and rant about that because it was on my mind. I watched the movie. It clearly made me hyper. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me talk to besties about this, because I think a few of you even like mentioned In Time in my comments, like a few times, I think in my Matrix video too. And I like paid it dust when I saw it because I was like, I've seen In Time. Like, it wasn't even all, even rewatching it, it wasn't all that like of a movie. Like, it wasn't that great of a movie. It was just them running the whole time. And now with my new eyes, I'm like, yo, this is fire. Even The Happening, they were running from when? Literally, they couldn't even see what they was running from, and they was running. And I was just like, this is stupid. I rewatched The Happening. Amazing movie. I still don't know. Still don't fully know what they was running from, but I got it. I was like, oh, I get it now. Because when I first saw it, I was like, this is the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life. But now I just, you know, like when you just understand something, like I didn't understand it, I understood it. And I was like, okay, like, this is genius. Because if I actually hated Mark Wahlberg for a few years because of that movie. But yeah, do you guys like my shirt? This is one of my shirts from my merch collection that I am dropping very soon on my website. I'm just getting all of the little business details together, but I'm super excited. I will have the I don't miss shirts, if it's fake, why is it real, and the Matrix has you. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should be following me there because that's where I drop all the important information and stuff. I'll leave the link in my community post, of course, but you should still be following me on Instagram. Hopefully I have the website done by the end of this week. I will also have spell jars and perfume available. Just a whole little thing that I've been working on while I've been away. I was like, if I'm gonna be on bed rest, then she's gonna be working, honey. But as always, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, you should hit that subscribe button right now. Did you do it? Okay. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.